What up? What up out there, YouTube heads? Travel wolves in the building. What is going on out there? I probably should do this from my phone, but that's okay. I wanted to have the better microphone. So today we're going to talk about how pussy is killing men. How pussy is killing men. I just got to thinking about that tonight. Um, it was a weird night tonight. I went out a bit spontaneous. So I decided to go out, get a good steak. You guys probably saw that on the live. And little club I go to around here. It's always popping. Maybe one night I'll catch some action. I didn't really catch no action tonight, but I just noticed it was a little bit weird tonight. Things were a little bit weird tonight. Let me tell you the story about what happened tonight when I went out in my secret city. And partially how I see pussy is killing niggas, okay? Pussy is really killing niggas out here in these streets. We're gonna talk about a couple of things. We're gonna talk about how you might end up working, slaving away to make money so that you could live in other countries and give your money to pussy. We're gonna talk about that because it's that's not really the way. That's not really the way. Let me take my hair down. My hair been up all day. Let me Let me get comfortable for this discussion. Yeah, what's up, Dolomite? What's up out there? How you doing, man? What's up, Dolomite? What's going on? Let me get comfortable for this discussion. All right, so let me break it down to you guys real quick here. Okay, let's break it down. And maybe tomorrow we'll go to downtown Barranquilla. Maybe tomorrow we'll go to downtown Barranquilla. We're going to the hood. I've been there before, but maybe tomorrow we'll go back down there in the hood. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing is just weird and goofy, and I'm just too aware of everything for me to not notice things. It's like I notice everything. It be subtle shit. But we're gonna talk about how the pussy is killing niggas. You know what I mean? I see it now. I see it. It's really really sad. It's really really sad. So anyway, let me tell you what happened tonight. Let's start with what happened tonight. So tonight I went to tonight I went to I decided to go out to eat. I decided to go out to eat and go get a good steak. That's what I did tonight. And as I was sitting in there, just it looked like it was Bamman tonight, right? It was people everywhere. It really looked like it was Bamman tonight. What's up, man? And I was just like, somebody asked me, do come close to the bit, y'all. Somebody asked me, do you do crabs year round? Hold on, man. I'm sorry. I'm just distracted a bit. Let me pay attention to this. So it was kind of Bamman tonight, man. I was like, yo, what's going on? Everybody's out tonight. Everybody's out tonight. Like everybody was out tonight, right? I never seen so many people out since I've been here. But everybody was out tonight. So anyway, I had my eye on this ribeye. I had my eye on this ribeye steak for a minute, and I wanted to go and basically get my hands on it. So that's what I did. I went and got me a ribeye because that's what bosses do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. And so I went out, went to the spot. Now, um, this is what I noticed first, right? This is what I noticed. What it looked like. It looking good. It looking good. I just got back in. I'm telling how my night went. So this is what I noticed first. Okay. So I'm sitting there. My steak comes. It's pretty mellow crowd, and as I'm sitting there, um, this couple walks in. This couple walks in, Yeah, I'm on my laptop now. Yeah, before I was on my mobile phone. I was on this phone, but I'm on my laptop now because in case I want to show you guys something, I can't do it from my phone. So I'm on my laptop right now. Yeah. So I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there enjoying my steak. Now you tell me if this is something or if this is nothing. You tell me because it happened twice tonight. Actually, it happened 3 times tonight. The third time it happened, it was kind of slick. Now I don't know. Maybe your boy's a hot nigga up here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your boy's a hot nigga up here. Maybe you know, um, maybe your boy's the hot nigga up here. I don't know. But I noticed a lot of positioning, a lot of jockeying going on around me. It's like, okay, what's that about? So anyway, normally, okay, so I'm sitting there. So this first couple comes in, right? I'm not really even looking at them. I'm not paying no attention. Now, I guess the chick was trying to jockey, like, you know how you sit with someone, right? Usually the guy sits on one side and the woman sits on the other side, or the woman will sit on one side and the guy will sit on one. So one of them is facing me, and then one of them has their back to me. So I noticed, I don't really pay attention to these things much. So they walk in, and I noticed the woman, she immediately goes in front of him to sit on the other side. So she would be facing me, and his back would be to me. But for whatever reason, this guy wasn't going for that. He was like, I'm gonna sit on the same side as you, which I thought was kind of weird because now I got these people sitting here in my mouth while I eat, and I gotta look at them in their mouth while I eat. So it's kind of like a little bit of a awkward thing, it's kind of like a standoff, And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like I never had, like they could have sat both with their backs to me, but they both sat with their fronts to me. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. What's that about? What's that about? That's kind of weirding me out. So didn't think nothing of it. Sat there, I tried to make the most out of my meal. As you know, I was talking to you guys. So I was like, trying to make the most out of my meal, even though it's awkward to eat and have people staring at me. Like you guys are staring at me, but like they're really staring at me in real life. And I'm trying to not look at them like this, and they're looking at me eating the burger. It's just like I'm not a view. There's no view. Usually it would be a people blocking their direct view from me, but it wasn't like that. So okay. So what do you guys think about that? What do you think his body language, the guy, the boyfriend, what do you think his body language was trying to convey when he sits on the same side as his woman? He doesn't sit with his back towards me. It's like was he worried about me cutting eyes at her? Was he worried about her? Does she have some history? What do you guys think about that? If you want to support the channel, also, you can come to WilfCon.xyz July 4th weekend. We can still figure something out. We probably won't stay in the hotel that I wanted, but we can still figure something out. And if you want to support the channel, the PayPal is paypal.me/travel wolf, and the Cash App is leavefeedback. I'm thinking about going to Santa Marta tomorrow, so let me know through the donations if you want to see me go to Santa Marta. Someone said all I show you guys is me eating and smacking my lips, but that's not true. All you guys do is watch content. You have to donate. You have to do something so that I can you have to do something so that I can go places for you. You want me to go somewhere? Well, do something, donate and I'll go somewhere. I'll go to Cartagena, I'll go to Medellin, I go to Santa Marta for you, So let me know where you want me to go, why don't you donate and I'll go somewhere for you. So anyway, I'm not going to be on here long because I'm about to go to bed. I'm kind of tired. I just wanted to talk about this. I didn't want to end my night on a negative note. I didn't want to end my night on a negative note. And I got some supplies coming, some water and things like that. Some groceries coming for in the morning. So I'm going to have to step out in a little bit and put this on pause, and then I'm gonna come right back. But anyway, so what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about when you're in a restaurant, you're dining alone? Maybe this doesn't happen to you a lot. You know what I'm gonna do next time I go to that restaurant though? I'm gonna sit, if I can, I'm gonna sit all the way in the front, and I'm gonna face the door. I'm gonna sit all the way in the front, and I'm gonna look that way. so I can see everybody coming in, and then when they sit with their backs to me. If they still sit facing me, then I know I got a problem. And the next time that happens, I'm gonna tell the dude, yo, my man, don't nobody want your girlfriend, cuz. Don't nobody want your girlfriend, cuz. Don't nobody want your girlfriend, cuz. You know? So anyway, so what do you guys think about that? Come on, put it in the comments, like, subscribe. What do you guys think about that? Um, what do you guys think about it? You guys don't got no thoughts on it? No thoughts? Nothing? Nada? They know you American. Be careful. You should have played into that. Good content would be to ask the guy, does he need clothing? Introduce your business. Made him feel even smaller. Okay. Good point. Good point. I would do that the next time this occurs. Because I was like, I've never had that happen where a couple is sitting like facing me, while I'm eating. It was hella awkward. It was hella awkward, and I was kind of like, okay, maybe this is a one off. Maybe this is a one off. Maybe this is a one off. Is pussy worth dying for? Okay. So I said, maybe this is a one off. Maybe I'm seeing things, right? Maybe I don't know why it's in my mind, because I'm not even thinking about this stuff. I'm thinking about how good the steak is, That's what I'm thinking about. And I'm like, okay, I see what's going on, but maybe it's just my perspective, right? So now let's go to the next thing that happened, right? So apparently, I don't know, I guess she had a friend come in. I guess her friend might have saw her from outside or something, and her friend came in to like greet her and the boyfriend, and her friend was bad. So now her friend really had my attention. Her friend was bad. I was trying to show you guys how the friend looked like when she walked out, but the dude was blocking the view. He somehow figured out, I don't know, man. He just ended up blocking the view. Just my luck, he opening the doors now. He's the doorman and the waiter and the cook. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but he blocked the view. But when she walked in, she kind of stopped and she looked dead at me, almost like she thought she knew me. And then she went to go greet her friend. And I was kind of like, weirded out by that. Like, is she joining them? Or is she by herself? I kept looking over my shoulder, like, is she by herself? Is she going upstairs to the clubs? Is she passing through? Like, what's going on? Because she was looking really good, right? So, be like, hey, you recognize me and notice you're sitting facing me. I'm the guy who has the Winner Circle brand. You might have seen me before. You would know everything you need to know. You got some good moves, man. I like that. Living in time. You got some good moves. I'm going to use that next time. Because sometimes I'll be thinking they like looking at the clothes. I really do think they like looking at the clothes. I'll be like, oh, they just like looking at the clothes. They're not really looking at me. They trying to figure out where the clothes come from, because they're like, oh shit, I never seen that shit before. So anyway, so the girl that came in to greet the girlfriend and, of course, the boyfriend, she was bad. I was looking at her. I was like, yo, I'm trying to show you what she looked like. She was a baddie. And then I'm looking over my shoulder, like, what's going on? Like, who's she with? So then I couldn't show you guys because, they got obscured by the waiter. But when she went back outside, I saw that she sat down next to a black guy, right? So I don't know. It's just some weird. It's just a weird. It just started off like a weird night. So I'm like, okay, she's with the black guy. I told you about the black guy, right? So actually, the next thing that I know that happens is the black guy and her, they were sitting outside. They come into the restaurant with empty wine glasses and they sit at the same table. And again, she's trying to sit facing me and trying to get him to sit with his back, but he bogarted her and he sat facing me and she sat facing me. And I was like, okay, I showed you guys this, right? I showed you guys this. I was like, okay, how does this happen twice in one night? Two separate couples, they both come in different times and they both end up sitting facing me. Let me see if I could cue it up for you guys because I was like, and I was really just chilling. I was vibing. I wasn't even really like tripping, but I was like, you know what? This is enough. I can't. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. I don't know what like the body language is, but I like, you know what? I can't. I can't do this right now. So I kind of like showed you how they look real briefly. Let me see if I can. Let me see. I paid for my food. Did they come in while I was paying for my food, or did they come in after? Let's see. I was eating. I got done eating. I asked for the check, and I'm pretty sure he was a Black American dude. So I'm sitting there. Let me see if I can show you the video, the clip that I'm talking about. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just thinking to myself, you know what? This shit is happening again. I said, this shit is happening again. And I was like, look, like, let me show you, like, so, so this is the table. So this is the table, right? So this is the table. And so this second table, they were sitting here. He was sitting here and she was sitting here. Okay. And so they're facing me the whole time that I'm eating. And I'm like, okay, this is uncomfortable for me. Why are they staring in my face? So as I'm getting over that and I'm talking to you guys about it, and you guys asked me about the girl with the black guy, next thing I know, the girl with the black guy walks in. And I don't know why they walked inside because they were sitting outside for the longest time. I don't know why they just didn't join the guy and the girl. You know, that was her friend, I guess. I just don't know why they didn't join them. So, next thing I know, they walk inside, and I'm like, oh man, oh shucks, this is gonna happen again. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm definitely not gonna sit here and go through this type of awkwardness again. I'm about to get out of here because I can't do this a second time, right? This is really fucking weirding me out. Let me see. Let me see if I can get to them. Because, oh man, I can't see them. I thought I clicked over. Oh, okay, maybe. Okay, it must have been real quick when I clicked over on them. Must have been like real quick when I clicked over on them. It's probably like right around here. Let me see. Let me see if I can. They be doing that. Hence, you explained how the guy was mad. You had the black Russian. You no, I'm not. Listen again for the record. Let me see if I can find it. Beef with me. I didn't start the beef. Maybe I just next month.
beef with me.
Like, what is this? A pull up? Is someone trying
These
to
guys,
pull up on me?
they literally be
Like,
recruiting
nobody
other
wants your girl,
YouTubers
cuz. Nobody wants your girl,
named Primo
cuz. Nobody wants your girl, cuz.
in the
You know how you
streets
say
doing
nobody wants your bike?
videos
But
about me.
nobody wants your girl, cuz. You know, nobody wants your girl,
Deal with me.
nigga. Really, I don't. If I want your girl, I
I'm
told
not.
you.
I don't care.
It's not anything you can do about it. But I don't want your girl, man. I don't want your girl.
Okay. Character. I don't care about my channel. It's nothing.
Oh shit, my groceries are almost here.
Now they doing it.
Okay,
I'm about to get out of here. I can't do this.
Yeah, see, they did the same
tonight.
thing. They did the same thing, man. They sat down like right in front of me.
And they this the other couple did. Now they doing it. I'm about to get out of here. I can't do this tonight.
You see this?
I'm about to get out of here.
Like this is how. Like look. Like this is exactly how the last couple was sitting. But this is exactly how the last couple was sitting, but the guy was on the other side, and then the girl was trapped in the corner. And so here they come again, mirroring that. Like what? Like, do they know me or something? Do I have a reputation for stealing niggas' girlfriends? Like, what's going on? Hold on a minute, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave this here for you guys because I just flicked on them real quick. I'm gonna leave this here for you guys. I'm gonna go get my groceries and I'll be right back. Well, not yet. They're not here yet. My groceries are coming, so I'm gonna go get my groceries. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go get my groceries. I'm gonna put my microphone down and go get my groceries. I'll be right back. Actually, I could talk to you if I keep this going. I think I can talk to you. It should transmit all the way out because I'm only going right out the window here, so it should transmit. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just put it down. Let me go get my groceries. It probably won't go that far. It should go that far though, but it probably won't. So okay. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to get my grocery delivery. I'll be right back. Why is he so slow? Let me wait till he pulls up because he kind of stopped moving for some reason. I don't know why he stopped moving. He messing with my food or something. I don't know why he stopped moving, but he looked like he lost. I don't know. He's kind of stopped moving for some reason. Let me see what's going on. The Rappy is so awful. I don't know. It's like the worst app ever. It's the worst app ever. I don't think so because like I never had no one sit in my face. Like what's wrong? Why are you sitting side by side? What's wrong with sitting across from your woman? You know, in America, we sit across from the woman. We don't sit side by side. So it's possible, but I mean, like that shit was weird. It happened twice. But listen, it didn't just happen twice. It happened 3 times tonight. It happened 3 times tonight. I'm gonna tell you the third time. So as you guys know, right? I went up to a club. I went up to a club upstairs. Right? As you can see, I went up to a club upstairs. It was really nice. I wish I could have showed you guys the show, but my phone was dying. So I went to a club upstairs. It was pretty nice. You know, you saw the girl dancing and all that. You know, I had my little martini and all that, right? So I go up to the club. Right? And as I'm sitting there, as I'm sitting in the club, hold on a minute. As I'm sitting in the club, there's a girl, and she's sitting with a guy, but she's sitting like here. I'm at a table, like not too far from her, right? And she's sitting here, and the guy's sitting here. So I noticed she keeps looking at me, and I'm like, okay, not trying to look at her, but she looking at me. Not really my type, but she's looking at me. I kind of don't really look at her. I'm just looking around like I do. So I don't know. I took my eyes off of them for like. I took my eyes off of her for like 2 seconds because I noticed the guy was looking at me too, and I took my eyes off of her for 2 seconds, and then somehow next thing I know, like they switched seats. So now the guy was sitting in her seat, and she was sitting in the guy's seat. So the guy must have been like, "Hey, let's switch seats. I don't like this guy looking at you, or I don't like you trying to look at this guy." So that's 3 times that it happened tonight. I must be a hot nigga or something. I must be a hot nigga when I go out. Like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's just I don't want your girl, cuz. I don't want your girl, cuz. It's like, was it a view behind me? No, it wasn't a view behind me. Behind me is nothing. It's just a wall. So they want to stare at the wall all night. It's like. So I was like, nobody wants your girl, cuz. Nobody wants your girl. You know? Why is my rappy not moving? Hello? Why is my rappy not moving? What are they eating my food? They playing around, man. I don't know what's going on. Their bike must have broke down or something. I don't know what's going on. His bike must have broke down. It's like my rappy was on the way and then he just stopped. He just stopped. So I noticed they switched seats. And I was like, okay. He's switching seats with us. Damn. Was he feeling like did he go to the wrong address? Couldn't he go to the wrong address? There's only one address in here. Well, I don't know why the rappy stopped. It just stopped in the middle of the street. Anyway, so that's the 3 times that happened tonight. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I must be a hot boy. I must be a hot nigga tonight because all these dudes was like trying to keep their girl from looking at me. You know what I'm saying? Double check your food. Why would I double check my food? I don't get that. I ate. That was cool because they burned it with some stuff, and then I had a drink. And then I had 2 drinks. So I only ate one time. So I don't know. But oh, you mean the rappy stopping? Oh yeah, the rappy stopped. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why the rappy stopped, man. I don't know if he messing with my food, what he doing. Oh man, I'm about to just cancel this order, bro. I don't know what's going on. I'm about to just cancel this order because this nigga literally done stopped in the middle of the street. Like he's like not even a block away, but for some reason he stopped. I don't know. But he got 7 more minutes to get here, I guess. But I don't know. Nah, it's the easy. He's like not even a block away. All he got to do is make a right and a left, and he's here. So I don't know why unless the Bandejos got him, the Banderillos got him. He got almost 500 orders, so I don't know. He says he's on his way. Maybe the app is just janky tonight. Maybe the app makes it look like he's close or he's dropping off another order or something. I don't know. But I know he ain't moving. He might have dropped my food. He might have dropped my food or some weird shit happened. I don't know. He might have dropped my food or some weird shit happened and he can't pick it up and put it back together. I don't know. I mean, I'm about to just go to sleep at this point. Drop my groceries in the street. Nigga, I'm about to go to sleep. Oh boy, I tell you, man, it's because these niggas like Tom Yum and Jason Rivera, they be praying so hard, they be like, they done sold their soul and everything. They be praying, they be working roots, they be throwing chicken bones, they be doing sacrifices and everything. They probably gonna sacrifice the bull. They be praying over me and everything. Them niggas just pray for my downfall hard. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, do I come off like a threat, like a threat? Um, like do I come off like a threat to dudes when they out with their girl because I look fresher and I seem more interesting, and guys are like, oh man, I don't want my girl looking at this guy, you know. I don't want my girl looking at this guy. But the black guy did the same thing. The black guy did the same thing. And you know what's crazy? It looked like the black guy promised her to go dancing and to go out because she was dressed up and he looked like just like he came from the gym. You see how he looked? He got the cap on and some really short biker shorts, you know? He looked like he just came from the gym, and she looked like he promised her a night out of dancing, which didn't happen. You know, he looked like he was just like, I'm gonna take her to get a glass of wine, and then we're gonna go across the street to the Marriott, and I'm just gonna take her to go smash. You know what I'm saying? He's just gonna take her to go smash. You know, it don't seem like it don't seem like man, I wish they stopped talking about this dude, man. I got to do a video about this. I really wish they stopped talking about this guy. Listen, I really got to do. I really got to do a video about this. I really got to do a video about this. I really wish they stopped talking about this guy. He's not getting. Listen. All right, we're gonna talk about that some other time. 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 But there's this guy out there. We're off topic. There's this guy out there called King 6'8" or 6'9" or some shit, right? This tall dude, this tall black dude, he's like 6'8", 6'9". And they kind of like really, really pushing him in the social media narrative and everything else. And for some reason, women they try to push that women find him desirable, but they don't know anything about him. They don't know anything about him. But what it is I was reading something the other day, or maybe someone said this the other day, one of these guys that talks about stuff. Come on, dude, this guy really ain't moving. I don't want the food now. He's really not moving. And they were like talking about how black men are being treated like sluts. Black men are being treated like sluts right now. Okay? Because they created this construct about, if you got the height and that's it, just gotta have the height. Just gotta be 6'8" and above, and every woman desires you without knowing anything about you, just because you're tall. That's it. Just because you're tall. That's it. And they're willing to give it to you just because you're tall. And so basically, black men that are tall, and if you're not in the NBA, there's no fucking reason for you to be that tall, right? But so black men who are that tall that are not in the NBA, they have no other purpose except sexual gratification for women, basically to be a slut, for women, right? They're not wealthy. He's not going to be wealthy. Let's get the facts straight. He's never going to be wealthy. Now, he may dig down some women who are married to or dating some wealthy guys, but that's it. So they might give him some bread. So therefore, he's a slut. Okay? So I wish they would stop talking about this dude because he's not really pulling nobody. He's not using no game or nothing. It's just women have been manipulated, as always. Women have been manipulated. I mean, I could tell you the contradictions about what's desirable in white men and what's desirable in black men. And black men is simple, just be tall. That's all they care about. That's what they've been pushing. That's the narrative. The desirability in black men is all about height. That's it. Because they know they're not going to give us no money. They're not going to let us be in charge of no corporations. They're not going to let us have no authority. Hire, fire people, right? So all you can have is height to be desirable. Now, white dudes, on the other hand, they just desirable just because they white dudes. It doesn't matter if they're young or old. Take for example Cassie Ventura, right? She left the first dude, Ryan Leslie, who helped her start her career. She left him for P. Diddy, right? And then, okay, so now look what happened. But she's the victim though, right? Okay. But now she got all this money, and guess who she ended up with? Guess who she married? She married her personal trainer. Yeah. No shit. She married her personal trainer, a fucking gym dork. She married a gym dork. She's the epitome of choosing a Chad. But in this case, she left a Chad and chose another Chad. Or is it Tyrone? She left a Tyrone for a Chad. I can't figure this shit out. I mean, Ryan Leslie was like the whatchamacallit. He was like the beta. Then she got with P. Diddy, who was the alpha, but she ain't want to give P. Diddy no kids. Think about that now. She gave the white dude 3 kids already in like 2 years. She ain't want to give P. Diddy no kids. And when you look at Cassie's background, when you really dig into who she really is, this girl went to preparatory college on a university campus. Like, she comes from a very upper class Connecticut family. Okay, now she know the game. She was using this ghetto ass nigga, this dumb ass nigga named P. Diddy. She was using him, right, to get what she wanted. At the time, it was fame. Then it was the bag, and she ends up with a personal trainer. He's not tall. He's not famous. He's just white. See, so the standard of desirability for white men is very low, while the standard for desirability for black men is impossible. I won't. I'm as tall as I'm going to get. You're as tall as you're going to get. Most of us are as tall as we're going to get. Damn, this nigga finally showed up. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me go get my groceries. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Let me get my groceries. All right, I'm back. What happened was they got stopped by the police. The police just stopped them. That's what happened. So I felt kind of bad. So I gave them an extra tip. You know. Yeah. So I gave them an extra tip. I felt bad. They got stopped by the police. They were a nice couple. See what happened was they probably got stopped because around here you can't have two people on a motorbike. And it's late at night, and they had two people on a motorbike in this neighborhood. So the police were like, "What are they, Banderillos? Banderillos?" But they couldn't tell she was a woman. She's really tiny. I don't know how they can't tell she's a woman. But up in this strata, it's against the law for the motorbikes to have two guys on it. So they probably thought she was a guy. That's what they were checking to make sure she wasn't a guy, because that's what the Banderillos do. But she was a woman. I don't know how they couldn't tell she was a woman. So yeah, they on the bike. Look, man, look. You guys don't understand how good you got it, okay? You black guys, you just don't understand how good you got it. These people are hard working, honest, working hard people, and they gotta bust their ass to make a buck, you know? And that's what I was gonna talk about also. Like, I'm not gonna name no names, but like there's a YouTuber right now who had to dig out, right? He had to dig out, he had to quit being a YouTuber because it wasn't paying the bills, and he had to go get a real job, right? But that job, ironically, doesn't pay well, and it's very dangerous. It doesn't pay as well as YouTube would if he did YouTube the right way, and it's very dangerous, right? And so that's why I was thinking tonight about how pussy can kill you, because he went and got this job that's dangerous, that doesn't pay any money for I would say for pussy, to buy pussy, okay? To buy pussy. Um, okay, like let's take a look here. I'm not going to blow his spot up. I'm not going to blow his spot up because I don't know if he really deserves that. But I think if he does all this and ends up back in one of these mongering cities, I'm going to blow his spot up because you know what? Nah, bro, you can't be risking your life and doing all this stuff and you buying. You risking your life. You're doing all this stuff just to go to Medellin or DR and buy pussy. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy to me, man. That's crazy to me. Like you working 15, 16 hours a day just to okay. So he's making $17 an hour and he's working about 16 hours a day. Okay. So and the most he can earn in one season, usually in 2 to 3 months, is the minimum is $5,000. So in 2 to 3 months, the most he can earn is $5,000 or $10,000. That's crazy. So the most he can earn is $5,000 to $10,000 after 2 to 3 months. That's crazy. That's crazy because if you didn't have your nuts tied up in a tourniquet about fundraising, if you didn't have your nuts tied up in a tourniquet about fundraising and asking for donations and building your brand, listen, fuck a YouTube check. Fuck a YouTube check. You can get your subscribers to donate to you, to build your brand and donate to you. You're making 5,000 a month. You can make that on YouTube in donations. We know this. We know this is true because we've seen it happen. It's happening right now. It's happening right now. It's happening right now. But the problem is when you have your nuts in the tourniquet and you try to live through your pride and you're trying to make a little bit of money, $5,000 to $10,000 for 2 to 3 months of work is pathetic. You can't survive off of that. You can't survive off of that. I've only been out I've only been out of the country barely a month. And you want to know how much money I've already spent? I've barely been out the country. This is my 30th day out of the country. And you want to know how much I've spent already? It's probably close to $5,000. I started this. Let me put this in the chat. I started with $3,500, right? That got me to Peru. Then when I was in Peru, I had to take out another $250, right? That was pocket change. Then I had to take out another $5, probably took out another $5. Then, since I've been in Colombia, I've spent 300, probably another 300, probably another 300. And today I just took out another 500, right? So that's this week. I just took out 500 because I gotta pay for the Airbnb, and so that's it. So like tonight I went out, right? Like tonight I went out. I could show you. Let me see. I could show you the receipts. Remember, I'm always gonna show you guys my receipts every day, so you can see what it cost to be the motherfucking boss. Okay. This is the first receipt. This receipt is for dinner. This was dinner tonight. This was tonight's dinner. That's how much tonight's dinner cost. Okay. That's how much tonight's dinner cost. That was the ribeye steak. That shit was so good. And then this is the receipt from the club. You make sure that nothing's on here, so you guys don't know where the club's at. I had a martini and a mojito. So this is the receipt for the club tonight. I had a martini and a mojito. Okay, so this is the receipt from the club tonight. Okay, $103, 103 pesos. Right, this is what I paid for tonight from the club. 103 pesos. Okay, so then I had to pay my tax bill too because I forgot about that. So I had to pay my tax bill. So that's about $70. I spent $70 tonight on dinner and 2 drinks. It's not cheap. It's not expensive, but it's not cheap. But I figure like my budget is probably like $50 a day. But that never works. So I'm always at like $100 a day. I literally almost spend $100 a day. Okay. So this is how much money I've taken out so far. Just the first 30 days. I started with 3,500, 250, 500. Let's see. So this is 500 and 350. That's 4. And then another 500 is 45. And then you got 3, 6, 9. So you got 45 by 9. That's 45 by 9. That's 5,400. And then you got 250. So that's 5,650. So just this 1 month. So just 1 month. So just 1 month of traveling, I've hit $5,600. 5650. Okay? Just this 1 month of traveling. That's how much it cost me. So you're telling me you're gonna take a job that out of 2 to 3 months is gonna pay you anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. My question is, and you're doing 16 hours a day, right? So that's with the overtime. I'm assuming that's with the overtime. Is this figure including overtime? Let me see if this figure includes overtime. Because some of these jobs I heard they have a mandatory 16-hour day. Okay? They have a mandatory 16-hour day. So okay, so now it goes up with overtime. Okay, so actually you can make $13,000 to $20,000 per season if you get the highest rate of pay. Okay, for about 2 to 3 months. So 2 to 3 months, you can make $13,000 to $20,000. 2 to 3 months, and that's doing 16 hours a day minimum. Minimum 16 hours a day. So that's like about like 14 hours of standing on your feet, because you probably get breaks every 4 hours. So 4 hours, you get a break, you get another break every 4 hours. So by hour 8, you got two 30-minute breaks. By hour 12, you get an hour lunch. So that's 2 hours. And then you got to work another, I don't know, maybe another 2 more hours, get to 16, right? If my math is right. Or maybe it's 16 hours, not including your 2 hour break. So it's really more like an 18-hour day. If it's an 18-hour day and it's 24 hours in a day, that leaves you roughly about 6 hours to sleep, 7 hours to sleep. That's cutting it really close. All you can do is sleep. Those are some long days. Those are some long days. So how are them guys flying there, eating, and fucking random prostitutes with less money out there? I guess they're using credit cards. They're probably getting credit cards. They probably got a girlfriend or a baby mama situation, right? Like a girlfriend who's a single mom. She got okay credit. They probably get her to give them a credit card, right? Co-sign for them a credit card, or co-sign for them some money, or they get their little tax return, and they hit the streets. They hit the streets. That's pretty much what they're doing. That's why you see a lot of these short-term guys, a couple of days, 5, 6, 7 days. That's it. A couple of short-term guys, they not here. They not here long term. They can't be here long term because they have to go work for someone. You know what I'm saying? Um, they have to go work for someone. So that's what's happening. But that's crazy, man. That's crazy to have to work that much, where you could get, like, I'm pretty sure if you organized, you can make that. I'm pretty sure if you organize and everyone's fucking with you, you can make 20,000 a month on YouTube if you organize. I'm not disputing that you can't make a living on YouTube. What I'm disputing is that YouTube is going to give you that living. YouTube ain't going to give you that living. You have to make a living on YouTube doing other things. And the first thing you do is you do your fundraisers, your donations. That's the first thing you do. You get that money directly. No super chats, right? You get that money directly. PayPal, PayPal, Cash Apps, right? You get that money directly, and then you pull it all together. And how you get that money directly, I'm not going to help you guys. But I know I have a strategy that I should do. Maybe I should do it. I mean, I have a strategy that might work for me, but I'm gonna have to leave the beef alone. I'm gonna have to change a couple of things. I'm gonna have to literally hide all my videos and start from scratch. I gotta just hide all the videos that I've done so far and start from scratch, literally, and just push the thing that I'm doing. So maybe I might give that a try for the next 24 days, right? I'll hide all my videos. You guys can come back. I'll hide all my videos and all my shorts. I'll hide all that shit, and I'll start from scratch. I'll start from day one. Okay? I'll start from day one, and we'll do it the right way. And it'll really be a job for me. It'll really be like, hey, it's 10 a.m. and I'm going for breakfast. Come with me. And then it'd be like, hey, it's 1 p.m. and I'm going for lunch. Come with me, And I mean, you guys will catch on to what I'm doing in a minute. You'll catch on to the formula, but I'm not going to share it with anyone right now. And then if that formula proves to be successful, then you go into the next phase where you teach it. right? And then if that's and then you're teaching it, then you go into the next phase where people pay you to come speak about it. But the formula has to be successful. So that is the trick. The trick is coming up with a formula that's successful that you can point to and say, hey, that worked for me. I went from this to that in this amount of time. If you pay me this much, I can show you how to do that. Right? That's the formula. But I don't think, going to work a job is going to save you. It's not. I mean, it's just crazy to me that black men think a job is going to save you. A job is not going to save you, black man. A job is not going to save you. You can't work enough hours in a day. There are people who make 20 grand an hour, 20 grand a minute. There are people who make that in like, okay? If you watch the movie The Big Short, if you watch the movie The Big Short about the financial sector, when they go in there and they try to get in with the big boys and do their thing, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're kind of." He's like, matter of fact, let me show you. Let me show you what goes on in the world. I don't know, man. I just don't. I just don't know. I just don't know what to say, man. I just don't know, man. I just don't know, man. I really don't think. I really don't think that you guys understand what's going on. You know, I just really don't think that you guys understand what's going on. I think you guys. I'm gonna get Mr. Miyagi. I'm gonna get Mr. Miyagi. I'm gonna get Mr. Miyagi on you. Hold on a minute. Let me pull this up because you guys just don't understand. Like, man, I'm telling you, like, there is like this window, this internet window is closing. This YouTube window is closing, and I'm already trying to figure out how to take the travel space to something else. Okay, the black travel space has to get off of YouTube for it to survive, for it to even happen. Like, I know it's contradictory what I be saying, like black travel space, but there isn't a black travel space because there isn't a black travel space. There's a another dimension where it could exist, but right now there isn't one officially. It's like a unofficial thing, right? It's like unofficially there's a black travel space, but officially it doesn't exist yet. But in order for it to exist, right, you have to take it off of YouTube. As long as these content creators have this dream that YouTube is going to um in order for you guys to ISDA, there we go, ISDA. All right. So how much does it cost to get an ISDA? They trying to get an ISDA, right? Let me show you how much money is. Let me show you how much they tell them they need to get an ISDA. Okay. Let me tell you how much. tens or hundreds of millions, okay? Tens of hundreds of millions. That's what I'm gonna have to do, man. I'm gonna have to. You guys are really gonna make me work. I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Look at this. Okay. Look at this. In the movie, The Big Short, right? In the movie, The Big Short. In the movie, Big Short, right? In the movie, The Big Short, they're told that they need to have 1.5 billion in assets under management. Okay. 1.5 billion. Okay. 1.5 billion. Okay. 1.5 billion. Damn, I'm yelling. Okay. 1.5 billion. You guys don't understand this. I don't know how I keep talking to you and y'all don't understand this. Now, how this 1.5 billion is really not the real number. It's what they tell you. It's more like a Googleplex or a strata something. I forgot what it's called after a Googleplex. It's like called a strata something. But they tell you a billion because a trillion. You know, these are computational numbers. But in reality, the amount of money is probably at a Googleplex. But really, in reality, it's really at a strata something. I forgot what it's called, but it means an amount of money that is beyond conception. Basically, unlimited money, right? And you guys think the solution to your money problems is to go work a job where you're going to get $20,000 in 2 to 3 months. When you have a platform, that's YouTube. YouTube's a platform. YouTube is not your platform. You are a content creator, okay? And YouTube makes money off of your content because there's no pay gate. YouTube makes money off of your content. And everything you do on YouTube, they take a cut. So you have the membership content, they take a cut. Super chats, they take a cut. Everything that you do, they take a cut. But they make multi-million dollars off of your content. And one day, when they get tired of paying to host your content, they're going to wipe their service clean. And you're going to lose all the content you've been making for the last, what? Some people have been on YouTube like 16 years. Can you imagine that? After 16 years. Like, technically, YouTube was obsolete 30 years ago. Technically. YouTube was obsolete 30 years ago, okay? If you remember early YouTube, we had the 56K modem. It was really slow. Then we had the DSL. Uploading videos got easier. But in the beginning, they were really slow. I think if you had a 5-minute video, that was like 3 hours, right? So the uploading, the digitization, the compressions got better. But nobody's really going to sit here and look at YouTube. They're going to look at YouTube on their phone. And now short form dominating the market, right? The shorter the better, the shorter the better, the shorter the better. Literally like 5 to 10 seconds is all you got. You got to get out something in 5 to 10 seconds, right? And so I came up with a way to do that. I came up with a whole strategy. Because that's all you got. I'm talking too long already. Who's going to really watch an hour of this? You don't got time to watch an hour of this. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you want to invest in it. You don't know if you're going to take any knowledge away from it. But I give knowledge every day. Okay? So whether people follow it or not, you know, the show is them guys flying there, eating and fucking. Okay, no, you said that already. Need to make a reality show. Create a storyline and shoot the footage appropriately. Or 5 travelers inside one big mansion house staying with high quality cameras, taping for about a week. Yeah, we could set that up. I could set that up right now if I want to. I could set that up in Cartagena right now if I want to, like that. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. It's not really my lane. You know, I'm trying to sell clothes. I'm trying I'm trying to sell clothes. I'm trying to manufacture clothes. I do have something that I do have something in mind that's like a reality show that I could do, but I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. I haven't got that far with it yet. Um, I haven't got that far with it yet, but yeah, I mean, I could probably write a script. I just got to sit back and think about it. I gotta write a script. I just really got to sit back and think about writing a script. But ultimately, here goes the real problem, guys. Here goes the real problem. The real problem is that black men don't want to accept that they don't have any money. That's the real problem. Black men just don't want to accept they don't have any money. Okay? That's it. That's the real problem. Okay? And until we start accepting that problem, and I guess it's hard to admit to, but until we start accepting that problem, man, I mean, we're just never going to get further than we are right now. Because we like to live this illusion that we're all doing well. If we're all doing so well, why a nigga got to go work in the middle of nowhere for 16 hours a day? You guys actually like this guy. You guys were supposed to be able to carry him. Okay? You guys were supposed to be able to carry him. He should not have had to go out there to do all this work. That was supposed to be a last resort. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand it. You guys actually like this guy. You know? I mean, it's embarrassing. I would be embarrassed if I was him. I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed. I would really just tell the truth. I wouldn't even bullshit myself. I would just tell the truth. I would be like, you know what? YouTube is bullshit, B. YouTube is bullshit. I would just tell the truth. I mean, I can't even like it's embarrassing. I'm not trying to embarrass the guy, but I mean, I find it embarrassing. I find it embarrassing to have achieved a significant amount of um subscribers on YouTube and not be able to make a cent off of that. Man, if y'all give me 10,000 subs, I would make a fucking $1 billion off of that. I literally would make $1 billion off of that, man. If you gave me 10,000 subs, these guys got 100,000 subs, and maybe the subs ain't real. Maybe there's no engagement after the fact. And it's funny to me how when I look at the content these guys make, right? 6 years. After 6 years of doing this, you're back to doing some bullshit. I don't know, man. It's just funny to me that these people get involved with your content, right? They let you put their faces on the camera and all that stuff. These people get involved with your content. They let you put their faces because they think that you're somebody. You know, they think that you're somebody. They think that you're important. But in reality, you're a broke nigga. You broke. You broke, and you out here trying to make it. You're trying to do enough stuff that YouTube will saturate you with. You guys don't even understand what you're fighting on YouTube is you're fighting paid advertisers. Yes, you're fighting paid advertisers. That's who gets the eyeballs first. Then the people who are part of the YouTube content creation model, which is none of you niggas. And then the legacy people, which again is none of you niggas. Okay. And then the next group, and the next group, and the next group. And then way down at the bottom is the organic stuff. Okay. And, you know, they could kind of sell some ads in it, but they don't consider black men being part of any demographic that they need to sell to. They don't see black men as being a part of any demographic that they need to sell to. So therefore, they don't buy ads. They don't push the ads too much that are relevant to us on black channels. It's like if I go look up polo shirts, I could go to the Black Guys YouTube channel. I'll never see a polo shirt ad. If I go to any other channel, I get hit with a polo shirt ad. Polo will follow me around the internet. Lacoste, all of them will follow me around the internet. That's what I'm trying to set up with the Winner Circle, where I get the site and then people come to the site and then or they click on the link and it follows them all around my ads and everything pop up everywhere that they go. That's what I'm trying to do with the Winner Circle. My face everywhere, But we gotta stop lying to ourselves, because the conversations we having, oh, I'm so cool and I'm so likable and I'm so cool and everybody watches my content and my subs like me, man, that's bullshit, man. Those are not the conversations that matter. That's bullshit. YouTube is gonna make, no pun intended, YouTube is gonna make a Googleplex off you niggas, and you niggas are gonna have nothing to show for it. You're gonna end up working some dago job in the middle of fucking nowhere, 16 hours a day, hoping you get 20,000 for 2 to 3 months. And I don't know how long 20,000 is gonna last you for 2 to 3 months. When I already spent $5,650 this month just being out, and then I got my house in Hawaii that I paid another $4,800 on. Yeah, so that's like $10,000 right there a month. Yeah, yeah. By the way, I might have to go back to Hawaii real quick for like 2 days. So I'm gonna show you guys. Yeah, I still got the house, and still got the home, and then I'm taking back off again, and I'm going to another country because I'm him. I'm that nigga. So you may think, oh, we don't fuck with this nigga. Don't donate. Don't follow him. Don't subscribe. Don't do. He talking about nothing. No, I'm not talking about nothing. Those niggas with the 8-hour panels, they talking about nothing. Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Do you really need an 8-hour panel? That's what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. Do you really need an 8-hour panel? That's what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. Okay. Here we go again with another troll. Man, I keep knocking these trolls. I keep knocking these trolls down, and they keep coming back. I keep knocking these trolls down, and they keep coming back. So today the troll is talking about, who am I talking to? Well, if you're in here, I'm talking to you. So what do you mean, who am I talking to? What kind of question is that? You're here, aren't you? So I'm talking to you. Talking to you. Shane second. Let me get this nigga up out of here, man. Let me bounce this nigga up out of here. Bam, bounce this nigga up out of here. The trolls keep coming in because I'm leaving. Okay, bye. Get out of here, nigga. You ain't gotta tell me you leaving, nigga. Shit. Nobody gonna miss you. Don't even know who the fuck you are. Get out of here. Goddamn, nigga. Nobody care. Interrupting me with the bullshit. See, this is what I think is happening. I think the government is paying at least 300 niggas on YouTube. 300 of them at least. The government's paying them a little bit of money, because it's the government. Ain't nothing for them. They paying them maybe $1,000, $2,000 a month, and all they got to do on YouTube is just troll and give misinformation and convince you guys to stay at home, and convince you guys that the dating scene in America is salvageable, and you should just surrender to the gender war, and you should just give up any aspirations of getting out of the matrix, and you can win this if you go to the gym, and you can win this if you got handsome game, and if you keep working hard, you're going to get somewhere, and you might make $50,000, you might save up $50,000, and you don't really need to go to these places and travel. You don't really need a passport. What you need a passport for? What you know about traveling? You don't need to be traveling. You need to be at home, and you need to be working for us so we can continue to abuse you and do victimization shit to you. That's what I think is going on right now. Because when I put this dude with the 8-hour lives, and I put this dude with the 8-hour lives, and this dude, and I put like 3 or 4 of them together, I'm confused as to what the fuck is so interesting about talking about nothing. You know, you got any solutions? I haven't heard one solution yet. I have several solutions. I haven't heard one solution come out of a 6 or 7 hour live yet. And I'm confused as to how you can have 12 niggas engaging in groupthink, and not one of them says, you know what'll work? Oh yeah, we should do that. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try that. That'll work. I don't hear nobody doing any of that. The goal is to keep you away from YouTubers like me. That's really the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to keep you away from YouTubers like me, to make you believe that YouTubers like me, well, I'm not really a YouTuber, but to make you believe that being a black man like me is impossible and it doesn't exist. But it actually does. It actually does. And like, look at this dude. You got this dude walking around, the tall dude. He ain't leaving the country. He don't got to. He just walk outside, look around, and women are like, "Oh my God, you're so tall. Yeah, I want to give you the pussy because you're tall. Yeah." And then he just what you call it. He just studying all the women. He just busting them down. So he's the milkman. You know about the milkman, right? There was a milkman, and it was learned that the milkman do genetic testing. He had fathered like 600 and something children in this one city, on his route. On his route, over his 30 years of working as a milkman, on his route, they found 600 children who matched his DNA. Come to find out, he had fathered 600 children. Why? Because the housewives would let him come in and they bust him out. They let him come in and bust him out. He busting out 2 or 3, 4 or 5 girls a day, 4 or 5 women a day, impregnating them. Their husbands don't know no different. Husbands are tired, working all day, come home, they get a little sex on the weekend. Oh my God, it's a baby. It's another mouth to feed. The milkman moving on, busting them out, busting them out. His route changes. Like, go look up the milkman who fathered 600 children. Go Google that shit. That's who this 6'8" nigga is. He ain't in charge of nothing though. See, they tell you got to be a high value man. You got to go to Harvard or Yale or Princeton. You got to make. I like to say this number because 6 figures is such a lame thing to say. 6 figures is such a lame thing to say. So I like to say 250,000. You got to make 250,000 a year. When we know that is possible, if you go to university for one of these professions, if you go to university for anything outside of these professions, you're never going to make 600, you're never going to make 250,000 a year. Never going to happen. Don't let him listen. The biggest lie that they tell you, well, one of the biggest lies, there's a lot of them, but one of the biggest lies that they tell you is that if you go to university and college, you're going to make a lot of money. Not true. If you get a bullshit degree, you're not going to make any money. If you get the right degree, you can come out of college making 250,000 a year. But if you get a bullshit degree, you're not going to make any money. If you go to the wrong university, you're not going to make any money. You should strive to go to a university because a university degree gives you a couple of $1,000s more over time than a college does, than a degree from a college. University and a college are 2 different things. I bet you don't even know about that. You have universities and you have college. You have Pennsylvania University and you have Pennsylvania College. 2 different things. Okay? Notice how you don't have a junior university, you have a junior college, right? 2 different things. But if you don't go for the right degree, never going to make 250,000. Never going to happen. Now this guy's tall. He ain't making 250,000. He's tall for no fucking reason. And the women love him. He ain't got a pot to piss. The same women who will look at you and be like, oh, you a brokey. Oh, you ain't famous. You ain't P. Diddy. You ain't nobody. They look at this tall nigga and they in love. Oh, my God, he's so tall. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Why does that standard not exist for them with white men? Why is it that white men don't have to be tall to get a woman? Why is it that black men have to be tall to get a woman? You got to think about these things. You got to ask these questions. There's these two guys out there right now, and they put them together in the same room. And I enjoyed watching them because I kind of browsed them both on TikTok. One is this guy, he got the Grits and Eggs podcast, and the other guy, I forgot his name, but they talk a lot. They do a lot of philosophical discussions. They're way worse. They're way worse than me. They're way worse than me. But but the thing is, I notice about them is that they don't ask any questions. They got a lot of things to say. They got a lot of deep analytical and logical thought, but they don't ask any questions. And you can't make solutions until you ask questions. You have to ask the why. The other guy is Justin Scott, and he says, she wasn't yours. He talks about she wasn't yours, it was just your turn. Very good discussion. Justin Scott, you should go look up that video. She wasn't yours, it was just your turn. You should go look up that video. He talks a lot about, but they don't ask questions. See, over here, we deal in solutions. We ask questions. Why are you not making no money? Well, let's look at that question. Why you don't want to do fundraisers or donations to your 100 and something thousand subscribers? Why are you not organized to do that? Good question. Why you can't interview for your subs the same way you go out here and interview for these crackers to work their job, right? Why are you afraid to interview for people who obviously have a draw towards you, who are attracted to you? Why you don't want to interview for them to support you? The same way you go and interview for these crackers to give you a little bit of money for a lot of work. You get a little bit of money for a lot of work. See the difference? A little bit of money, a lot of work. A little bit of money, a lot of work. Okay? Think about that. The fish come out of the ocean for free. Don't cost anything. Exploitation of resources. The first thing we need to do is exploit a resource. Oil's monopolized. Oxygen, water, land, the oceans. Farming, somewhat questionably, but not yet, not all the way monopolized. Timber, monopolized. Materials used to make cell phones, computers, and cool gadgets like this, monopolized. Plastic, rubber, monopolized. Africa got 80% of the shit, but it hasn't monopolized any of it. Therefore, they're poor. They just don't control all of it, and that's by cooperation. That's by choice. They're allowing themselves to be dominated. They too afraid to say no. It costs this much now, and people are going to pay it, or people are going to die. But they rather just not do anything, and they're still going to die. You see that? It's like, okay, if you say no, they either pay it or they come and kill you. But if you don't do anything, guess what? They still come and kill you. You're still going to die. But at least the other way, you have an opportunity to get more money. See how they psych you out? So we ask questions. What is it that black men can monopolize? It ain't hip hop. It ain't sports. What is it that black men can monopolize, that we can exploit, that doesn't cost us anything, that nature makes, regardless of whether, nature makes all the fish, you pick up the fish, you put a little bit of work, and you sell the food. So what is it that black men can monopolize, right? The oil's in the ground, they pump it out, they refine it, they sell it for gasoline. Every car on the planet uses gasoline. Can you imagine that? Can you just for a second, like I tried to tell you niggas about the flight line. People don't understand when I say how much the black travel space is worth. They don't understand because they don't go nowhere. They don't go nowhere. I want you to take a trip. Let's do a field trip. Why don't you take a trip? I want you to fly from your city to New York City, to Miami, to Houston, to Phoenix, to Arizona, to Seattle, to Chicago, back to your city. I want you to do that one time. Won't cost you that much. Probably cost you like $450 for all those tickets, right? And starting at your airport, I want you to go to the window and look out at the runway. Look at the equipment, look at the people, the organization of the people. They're moving around, they're doing luggage, they're moving, they're doing it. I want you to look at that just at your airport. Every airport you go to, I want you to do the same thing. You're going to see operations exactly identical to the airport you just come from. This goes on every day. There's no downtime in travel. There's no days when travel is light, where air traffic is light. It either is moderate to last year or it's increased from the year before. Why am I telling you this? Because this is an industry that you should be invested in. If you're a traveler, if you do any type of traveling at all and you vacation, right? When you think about giving that chica $200, you should say, hey, let me go back to the room and open up an E-Trade account. Open up an E-Trade account with $200 and buy Hilton, American Airlines, buy something. Right? This is a solution. Because this shit ain't stopping. Traveling ain't stopping. So can you imagine what it would have been like to get into oil way back? Now, you can't get into oil now, but the point that I'm giving you is that mechanization is global, all around the world. Everything uses oil. Everything. There's cars all over the planet. Everything needs gas. Right? They're not even fucking with electric no more. They figured out that electric is too hard because they have to build another infrastructure. And they're just not prepared to do that yet. They're not at a critical point where that's a necessity. So they're kind of like, the Tesla is more like a MacBook, an iPhone, right? It's just an accessory. It's like this iWatch. It's just a cool factor. Well, I got a Tesla. It's a cool factor. Not all electric vehicles are cool. Everybody wants a Tesla, right? The cool factor. But what they don't tell you about Tesla is you can't even charge that bitch in some states because there's nowhere to charge it to. If you live in an apartment, you can't charge it out your apartment. So you have to go find a charger and park it and plug it in and then go to your apartment and come back and pick the car up the next day and hope that vandals and other people haven't fucked with the charger and hung it up and not charge your car all the way, right? It's a bunch of goofy shit going on, right? Because the Caucasian people wanted to create a world called the sharing economy where we all use the same things, but they really didn't want to share with us. And then, of course, it's some goofy shit. It's just vandalism, right? They can't solve the problem with vandalism. Don't you know if they could solve the problem of vandalism? I wouldn't have Rappy. I would have a little robot that would just ride through the streets and come to my door and the shit would open. But they did that in California. And they found out when the robots was going through this route through Skid Row, the homeless people was trying to break into it. They would tip it over and everything and try to break into it and delay it and steal whatever was inside. Because you can't have a legit share economy if you're excluding anybody. So anyway, that was off topic, but we gotta ask questions, We got to ask questions. How does a YouTuber with tens of thousands of subscribers ends up working 16 hours a day for a couple of bucks for basically the same amount of money I just spent this month? We got to ask ourselves these questions. How does that happen? How does a YouTuber with tens of thousands of subscribers end up working for a couple of dollars a month? And nobody got an answer, right? But that's okay. That's okay. Nobody got an answer, but that's okay. It's okay. See, if you went to a good school like I did, well, it wasn't really a good school, but it was okay. But what they taught you was that, they taught you that shit like, oh, that semantical shit, like there is no stupid question, and you don't get answers unless you ask questions. And but what I learned later about that semantical shit was, I learned that because I wanted to study science. I used to want to be a scientist, right? Like there's a difference between a theory, and a hypothesis. I don't know if you know the difference. Most people say I have a theory, but what they really mean is they have a hypothesis. The theory is what you say. The theory, meaning it's been proven, and the hypothesis is the question that's unanswered, that hasn't been proven. So see, it's okay to have questions that don't have an answer. It's not okay to keep just throwing stuff out there, talking about scenarios, and you're not trying to solve them. And that's what we have right now. A bunch of niggas trying to figure out how to get pussy for free. They haven't solved that. A bunch of niggas trying to find out how to get a hoe to love them, and they haven't solved that. A bunch of niggas trying to figure out how to live abroad forever, endless summers. And it's a solvable thing, but they haven't solved it. I solved it. I solved it. I can show you how I solved it. I solved my problem. You see where I'm at. Colombia. I solved the problem. For me, I could solve the problem for you too. But so you think I'm going to put all my energy into building up to like 100,000, 200,000 subs just so I can end up working at a fucking Office Max or some shit like that? You're crazy. You're crazy. And I'm sad to say that anyone who has devoted their energy and time to YouTube, and you have to say to yourself, I gotta go do something else and film me doing something else. I mean, the reality is you failed. You failed. Now, next question. Should you not succeed in your objective? Should you not reach your goal? What do you do? Next question. What do you do? The world is full of failures, but what do you do? Again, there's an answer for you guys when you really look at what's going on in this space. Okay? And you really have to look as hard as you can so that you can see exactly where these people claim they are and see where they are not. They're not. They're not there. They're not there. But you're not looking hard enough. People are looking too hard at me, but you're not looking hard enough at them. If you bring the same level of subjective attitude to them as you bring to me, I think we get along great. I think you will understand something. You will see the world in a new reality. You won't really care about getting out of the matrix, because there really is no getting out of the matrix. There's getting out of that channel, but no one really left the matrix. That's a whole nother thing. You just move from one position in the mainframe to another position in the mainframe where they stored their free ideals. Remember they said that free Roman codes or whatever they refer to them as, the ghost in the machine. They had to store them somewhere. That was Zion, that part of the mainframe. Put them here. They want to be free, they got to go here. Everybody want to be free, they got to go here. They can come in and recruit people because that's like a way of debugging. They can help us out, identify the other people, get them out of here. That's the way of debugging because those people are going to cause us problems. But anyway, I'm probably over your guys' heads tonight. So let me hop on out of here. Tell me what you think about what I just talked about. Like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. And if you want to donate to the channel, you like the content, you want to come to WilfCon, wolfcon.xyz. You want to donate to the PayPal, paypal.me/the Travel Wolf. You want to donate to the Cash App, it's Leave Feedback. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I need to do that title. Shit, I forgot what the title was. I forgot what the title was I was going to use. It'll come back to me. I should have wrote it down. I can actually watch this again and figure out what the title was that I was going to say for tomorrow's video. It's a really good title. It's a really good title. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.